with everything going on in 2022, is investing in cryptocurrency still a good idea?
Welcome, Nighthawks. We've been expecting you. The hour's late, but the party is just getting started. I'm Alistair Kovacs, your host for a sophisticated little soiree with jazz.
Welcome back to Other People's Money. In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a discussion into cryptocurrencies. As you guys know, we are real estate investors primarily, but we each got a little bit of crypto in our portfolio. We think it's important to have in there. But with everything going on in 2022, inflation, wars,
There's a lot of wars.
Oh yeah,
Biden,
a lot of sleepiness.
is cryptocurrency still a good investment in 2022? Now, your boy Juno is much heavier, much deeper into the crypto game than I am. I'm sure he's going to be bringing a lot of heat, giving y'all a lot of good knowledge. Me, I'm a skeptic. I put some money in there because I feel like I've seen other people make money and I got caught up in the euphoria. So I put some money into it, but I'm not as optimistic. So
I put a little bit of money into it and lost some money.
I feel like everybody's lost money with crypto.
Oh yeah, so I've steered away from it. I'm kind of scared of that part of the future.
No, I feel it. I mean, I'm definitely not. Let's just get this established first off. I'm not a crypto expert at all. I know more than Brandon. Let's put it that way. So. Which isn't much, but anyway, yeah, I mean, I think it's all about kind of like where you're at, I want to say like financially, what kind of risk you're able to take. And it's a lot that goes into it. I mean, one thing that's weird about crypto, even though I am invested into it, is that like, there's really no world events that happen that like trigger, a movement, a big movement compared to like, the stock market. It's like real life events and, bills being passed and stuff like that will like really affect how good something, is doing it or its movement. So I feel like that's one of the main things that a lot of people are scared of.
Well, let's start first with the two most popular ones. We know that obviously cryptocurrencies are vast and there's tons of them with all kinds of, I guess, different utility that they're used for or applications and stuff. But just for conversation's sake, we'll start with the first two. So Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Me personally, I don't have any Bitcoin because I just missed the wave on that one. And it's one of those things where I felt like I feel like Ethereum has the possibility to be the next Bitcoin. And I'm like, if I can get on that and not have to pay so much to get, part of this Bitcoin gang, then, I'm fine with that. But again, me personally, like, I think that, how much Ethereum had dropped, what was that, like 6 months, like the past 6 months, how it was just going down. I think the fact that it didn't go away like all the way or really, crack that 600, 500 and it's like drop crazy. I think that's proof that it'll definitely be that next bigger coin. Somebody can afford it. That's, not super financially well off, but it's not your, $500 coin. And it's not at the same time a Bitcoin, like a $30,000 coin or something. So, that's kind of my outlook on it. I mean, like I said at the beginning, like I really don't know exactly, what, but besides the manipulation that people do with Bitcoin and like the way they'll buy it by, the billions or hundreds of millions or whatever.
Billions and billions of Bitcoin.
The way they'll buy it by like that amount and then sell it, you know what I'm saying? Or like
you said crash the market real quick.
Yeah, exactly. That what was the coin that they did and pretty much got rid? Or Luna, the Luna coin thing. Like that was not. It wasn't like that coin just fell from out of the sky and like just crashed out of nowhere. It was no like extreme market manipulation on a very big level.
So for the old heads out there who don't really understand cryptocurrency, I'll give you a real brief basic understanding of what it's supposed to be. It's basically just decentralized finance, meaning instead of your money in a bank account, it goes through a bank. There's all these institutions in it, taking fees every step of the way of a transaction that you're trying to do. They created basically a tool called blockchain, which is supported by a network of computers, and cryptocurrency transactions happen on the blockchain. And there's like a public ledger of where the transactions are going and to whom. Through wallet addresses. So that's like basically like the concept of it. I feel like all coins are wrapped around at least that basic goal.
Basic idea of not having your
Decentralized
money.
finance.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Not having your money in a regular bank or whatnot.
Yeah. So really, and right now I'm gonna give the opposite side on those two most popular ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Personally, I would say Bitcoin was labeled as a hedge against inflation. Like that's what it was touted when it first came out, was like it's a store of value that hedges against the dollar, right? They're like, oh, the US government's printing all these dollars and inflation, and the dollar is becoming less and less valuable all the time and stuff. So it's like, if Bitcoin's value is pegged against the dollar and the dollar value continues to decrease, then Bitcoin's value would have to increase. So it was like a hedge against the weakening of the dollar.
Right.
But like throughout this whole financial inflation period that's been happening the past like 9 months or a year, Bitcoin's price, you would think, would just be rising absurdly, but in fact it's crashed, it's leveled, it's crashed again, it's rose and stuff like that. So I think during this time it was proven that it's not necessarily the hedge against inflation that it was touted to be. And then
I remember getting notifications every day that Bitcoin's lowering.
Yeah, and I mean like past that, if it has no like real tangible application, it's just storing value in something that enough people have agreed upon that it has value.
That it has, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like it's the same way with like Pokemon cards.
It's almost
and
like
stuff.
imaginary. It's only I'm gonna say imaginary, but it's only valued as high as people will value it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? At the end of the
exactly.
day.
And that's why, and to get onto the second one, Ethereum, my feeling on that, and I'm not going to call it a pyramid scheme, because Ethereum at least has like actual practical applications. You can build games on it. You can build the NFT platforms on it. You can like build stuff on Ethereum. And Ethereum is like, ETH is the currency within the Ethereum platform. So like that makes sense. If there's only a finite amount of Ethereum, but now there's more people coming into the network and more people and more people and more people, supply is going to stay the same, demand is going to increase. So the price is going to skyrocket. But let's just say it keeps going up for the next 20, 30 years. Once everybody's on the ETH platform, essentially, then it would have nowhere to increase from there on out.
Right, exactly.
So I feel like there is a time potentially for ETH to have its rise, be a really good investment.
But it will like cap out.
But I think it'll flatline and plateau at a certain level, because if it is only based on new adoption, you can only adopt the world, and then after that there's no new users. So But I know you had a couple of examples of like some actual currencies, some that I haven't even heard on. He just kind of schooled me on this right before we hopped on camera, but a few currencies that actually apparently are about to have some real life applicable use.
So like the world financial institutions for like, different countries or whatever, don't know the specific names for, each one obviously or whatever. Don't want to get all into that. But the main thing is that the world, is pretty much preparing to start doing international payments with cryptocurrencies. And there's a list that they made called the ISO 222, which is pretty much, like I said, a list of 5 cryptocurrencies that the governments have pretty much agreed to implement within the next 5 years.
We'll drop a link to this article in the description.
Yeah, it's a Yahoo article, so it's super easy to find, super reliable too, as far as like the information you're getting. But yeah, so one of those is XLM, just to drop one. Another one is Cardano. And those are the 2 that I primarily have, because those are the highest priced ones out of the 5. Like, and these are like really, really cheap coins right now. But again, these are coins that at one day, the United States, if we are paying a country for whatever we're getting exported from them or whatever we're trading with them, we plan on paying, with this particular coin. And obviously, like, the coins won't be worth, cents on the dollar at that point. They'll have to be, a relative amount to make these payments, because obviously international transactions are hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. And you know what I mean? Like,
if the coins were too cheap, it'd make the transaction too complicated. Trillions of coins being traded.
And thinking of it in that way, right? Doesn't that already sound complicated with trillions of dollars? You know what I mean? Like,
versus like 50 coins.
You know what I'm saying? Versus 50 coins or versus 100,000 coins or whatever. Like, it just makes that easier. Like, there's not $1,000 bill, but there can be a standard $1,000 coin.
Right.
It's kind of the thing here is that, it's something that's really kind of simple. Like, that's why I feel like these are like the sleeper coins, not really like your Bitcoin and Ethereum, how he was saying, are like, you know, the blockchain, and they have, you know, things that can be built on it. Like, this is going to be used by like world governments and
make shit more streamlined.
Financial institutions. So, if you're looking for, you know, like an early investment to get on something that's, like I said, that's cheaper too, do your research on ISO 222. Definitely will give you a lot of insight.
I think as efficient as that like could be, where my mind goes as soon as I hear something like that is, this is just like the next step in governments trying to control the people.
You said they want to control it all.
Yeah, I mean, like you saw in Canada,
Destroy us all.
bro. You literally saw in Canada how when they were doing those trucker protests and stuff like that, and they were protesting the COVID vaccine mandates, that the Canadian government literally started like freezing bank accounts if you were donating to the truckers,
and
like
you're even associated with them, they would freeze your shit.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's not necessarily like, okay, the rich people got to worry about it and the poor people don't. It's that it's just like a step closer to authoritarianism, whoever you are, whether you're rich or poor. Stay in line, because now, bro, the government can just hit a button and it's just like,
wipe away your investment.
Wipe away your investments, your entire
wallet.
savings. You can't spend any money until, you know what I mean? It just makes you have to bend the knee to them so much easier. It's like physical money is good for that reason. You can store it in your mattress. Like, you can hide it. People can't, people can't find it. They can't just take it away from you. It's like, that's why the old school people are like, people are against banks the same way that like some people are against crypto. Like, they don't even trust banks because their granddaddy lost it all in the Great Depression. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't even trust banks like that. So it's like, I don't know. I definitely see like where the value could be, but I think that we as the regular people have to like read between the lines and say, okay, they're trying to tout it as like streamlined global finance and global transactions, but it's like,
you have to see
the way I see it is, let's get one step closer to controlling you bastards.
Yeah, and I feel like you'll notice that if they ever start to try to make it a thing where it's like, okay, now this is actually going to like just replace the dollar.
Yeah, payments only in XRM.
That's when the issue will arise. But I feel like for at least like the next 10 to 15, it's only going to be used for like international transfers between, you know, governments type of thing. And then obviously, like, you know, the public will still be able to invest. Like, I don't know, it's gonna be weird because if it's gonna be like a financial like standard that like you know what I'm saying, like the governments are making, then you would think that like it would have to not at that point be like publicly traded in the way that it wouldn't, because there would be no like fluctuation, right? If the point of it is to have some type of standard to where we don't have to send hundreds of millions of US dollars and then transfer that to euros or whatever, yen, whatever.
Yeah, the price can't change all the time.
The price can't change. So that obviously means there can't, like, as an investor, the only...
So it wouldn't be an investment.
It wouldn't be an investment. It would be
a replacement for transactions.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but again, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's kind of weird because, I mean, I think...
It would almost be an addition because they're still going to have to transfer from that coin to their respective currency.
But say you're somebody right now who owns, you know, 1,000 XLM and they're 30 cents or 11 cents. I can't remember which one is 11 and 30, but XLM or XRP, they're both on the list and type of the ISO. So again, like if the government, however they end up doing it or whatever, and the creators of XLM decide like, okay, like we're just gonna make our coin for the ISO list and it's gonna be the standard for international transfers. And, you know, they agree like, okay, like this coin now is worth, you know, $500 or whatever. Like, I don't know exactly how that will work, but I will like to my point, what I'm saying is like, I would like to think at least the people who originally were coin owners would still own their coin and now it would be worth X amount. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But at that point, they would have to be like, if you didn't own it already before we made this standard $500 coin or $5,000 coin, you got to buy it at the standard. And at that point, the only reason you really would buy it is just to have a different form of money. Right. And to your point, it's like it wouldn't even make sense to have a different that form of money because it's so it can regulated be so heavily controlled. Yeah. Even though it kind of isn't because it's, you know, decentralized, but at the same time, it's like to your point, if they got their hands on it,
bro, a few bills and a few executive orders will give them the right to do whatever they want with it.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. Fuck whatever they're saying about decentralization. I don't see, bro. There's not a day goes by where I don't see on Twitter a new fucking crypto company being hacked for $300 million. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, bro, the frequency and the level at which like scams, hacks and fraud go on in crypto is like mind boggling. Like a US pyramid scheme will come out every couple of years and, oh, okay, he defrauded investors of, you know, $200, $300 million. Like, bro, I'm literally seeing every day. Oh, fake Bored Ape account fishes in the like gets people in the Discord, and now $3 million of Bored Apes have been stolen in 8 minutes. Like, bro, it's just crazy. And then that's on the small scale. Literally, you see whole networks go down. Yeah, bro, you see whole networks go down and like and get $500 million stolen.